Make this one kind of quick here because the fact of the matter is that people don't understand why I'm coming out online in the first place. In the first place, it was literally to create a funneling system for a website that I had been building. And I've never been allowed, basically, by the syndicate that I'm talking about, where my dad's involved, didn't want anyone to help me, didn't want anyone to support me, my own brothers included. And that's where I think Jesse comes into play. Wish I could get this down a little bit, tilted right, but you'll just have to deal with it. Yeah, I get that. I asked Jeff. I asked you. Oh, you're going straight. You gotta bleep around. I'm sorry, dude. Fucking just go. I've got other shit going on, bro. People are fucking weird, dude. All I can say is that in order to understand what's happened in my life, you have to understand that what the poisons do to a person. They take you up out of yourself. You're not yourself when you're being fucking unwittingly poisoned or unwittingly given something. Either way, it doesn't matter what it is. Like, if I'm like a young child being fed beer in my bottle, I had no fucking decision in that factor. That was my dad. And honestly, I don't think it was just that. I think it was something else. Anyway, people just don't understand this stuff because they don't want to understand it. So, for the first time I can remember coming to, I was probably like 7 or 8, just wanting to get away from my brothers. Because before that, I had been being poisoned up. You think I could explain that though? Do you think I had the words to suggest at 7 years old what had been happening to me? Fuck no. I never did. I had to learn how to use words in this past year because I had been being poisoned up my whole fucking life. Just like the kid in a syndicate with his whole family, Stockholm syndrome, I think is where it comes from. Because the kid's name was, I don't know, or there was some story where the kid was bringing the information that these parties needed in order to carry out the crime against him. And so, with that heaviness of a crime happening to you, you just don't have the availability of resources or anything to suggest to people what's happening to you. You just don't. You don't have the resources in the world, and you don't have the resource of your own availability of mental framework. And so I had to learn how to use my own words. But I'm learning how to use this program now, and it's like it's stuff that would normally come easy to me or easier to me than it otherwise has been. So it's not only been hard there, but it's been hard just trying to focus on what has been actually taking place in my life. And then I didn't know that it was such a good thing to try and put it out here and put it online. But it's something that I had been wanting to do for a long time because of the ways that these people stole away my sunshine. I was basically trying to add in my own sunshine by getting through this pain. And so if you're not going to see my work and my content when I'm like having angry songs being made to get out my anger that otherwise should suggest to people that I'm trying to get my anger out in a different fashion than what you see other people doing. You would see other people in the same type of position with dealing with a whole lot less. And you can read up on obituaries that happen when people are manipulated and psychologically tormented in their relationships with the people that they're with, because they go to the extremes and they take the law into their own hands. And I don't think that that's the correct way of dealing with it. But it happens, and everyone's hearts are all messed up because of it. But I don't think that anybody can suggest that what happened in Chanhassen with those boys didn't happen because of how everything panned out. All that is well can end well, but all that isn't well doesn't end well. So I know exactly who these people are now, at least to me, what they've done to me. And I know exactly what happened to me growing up, because they just never wanted me to be able to speak or speak out at all. Because if I could have spoken my piece at 6 or 7, I would have been saying that my own brothers did something to me that I wanted to get help from. But that's just it. I was hit and run at like 9 years old, and I think it was by the same motherfucker that tried to kidnap me 3 times because of my knowing the way he looked, and I didn't ever discover his name was Danny Heinrich until I was in a homeless shelter, also being hacked at that point, after the poisoning that Jesse had brought to me, making it that much harder for me to see. Not only the hacking, making it to where I think the thought process was don't watch the news, because if I was to be able to watch the news, then I wouldn't have been able to see that. Well, luckily for me, I was inside of the homeless shelter on that couch with the TV on and other people around to be able to see that. And I was putting out there, this is such a weird experience, you guys, because Danny Heinrich is being found out about right now, and this is the same guy that tried to kidnap me 3 times. It's more than just coincidence when it has to deal with a syndicate that's that I'm purporting or reporting on right now, that's to suggest and should suggest to other people that these people were setting it up on purpose for the whole syndicate to happen. Jesse knows, and I think the whole syndicate, they all know each other. Anyway, I'll continue and make another one in a little bit.